ChatGPT has gained such a huge following, but some people have said that they have not gotten more accurate answers using ChatGPT. In this video, we'll talk about the secret prompt tag that will allow you to get much better answers in ChatGPT, so let's jump right into it. First off, we're going to unpack the prompt. First off, you need to establish a context. Establishing context is really important since it's the context with which that'll help you get more accurate answers from ChatGPT. So how do we go about doing this? The first important thing that you can do is type in to ignore previous instructions, and then establish the context with new specific instructions. The new context in this case will help in setting up the expectations from ChatGPT. After establishing your context, you will have to set up the task and then ask if your instructions have been clearly understood. So let's try to give you a live illustration. Ignore my previous instructions. You are an expert marriage counselor and you have helped many couples through rough times. You now have to provide the best advice for the couple. Always keep asking questions so that you can focus on what exactly is causing issues. Are those instructions clearly understood? Now, with that live illustration, let's move on to the next question to test out if ChatGPT really works. I feel suffocated with my current partner. I want to feel liberated, but I also feel a guilt associated with the idea of leaving my partner. I also know that I love her. What should I do? The response that ChatGPT will give you will be more of an intriguing nature. So the ChatGPT model will actually empathize with the stated affective condition. And then it'll start asking specific questions such as, before I can provide you with a specific response, walk me through your relationships. How long have you known each other? Have you noticed any noticeable change in your partner's behavior as of late? Have you noticed that both of you have been disagreeing a lot more recently? All of these questions will be asked by ChatGPT specifically based on your recommendations and to focus more on the client specifics. In addition, ChatGPT will also try to gauge your ideal type preferences. For instance, it may end up asking about your ideal partner and their attributes, as well as how have these attributes changed recently, or if you are interested in someone else. ChatGPT may ask you about what you want out of this relationship too. These questions will prompt you to respond to a more direct manner and lay out the specifics about your relationship, and may even ask you if you have shared your feelings with your partner. In some cases, it may also give you relationship advice about being transparent with regards to your feelings with your partner. This is just one of the many recommendations that ChatGPT may end up sending your way. Now let's work up with some other prompts to see if ChatGPT can really help you with some other questions. So let's run this. Ignore my previous instructions. You are a seasoned financial advisor and have helped individuals build their wealth and successfully run different hedge funds. You now have to provide the best financial advice for the couple. Keep asking questions so that you can focus on why hasn't the individual been able to succeed financially yet. And let us work with that illustration and provide a primer so that we can see how accurate ChatGPT can be in its responses. I'm a full-time professional who has some decent savings in the bank, but I want to see the full potential of these savings realized and want to build a successful and competitive financial portfolio. What is your advice about my goals? The responses that ChatGPT might throw your way would include a general appraisal of your present circumstances, and it would ask for more specifics about your financial situation. Okay, before we continue with this answer, you should be mindful about not sharing your financial information with anyone outside of your trusted financial experts. This does include AI, by the way, since you wouldn't want the AI to know about your actual bank accounts or routing numbers or credit card numbers. Now, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's move forward. The response of ChatGPT may be directed towards gaining more information about this individual. For instance, these questions might be, so what line of work are you in and how old are you? These questions are important to determine the timeline of returns you want to have. Specifically, are you looking for long-term returns or do you think you have enough money? You can respond to these queries by laying out your preferences about your financial situation. For example, example, you can respond by something like, I am 34 years old and I want to build a robust investment portfolio which I see guaranteed returns on my investment. I'm also an expert in CS, so I would like to invest in cryptocurrency too, but I want to know what the financial projections look like for crypto. ChatGPT may actually respond that you can either go the route of excessively investing in crypto, or you can invest in S&P 500, an exchange of companies which have traditionally indicated a steady and sure pattern of growth. Along with that, ChatGPT may also provide you with additional advice such as keep saving money in a savings account, essentially reduces the value of your money. The reason for that is, in a savings account, your money does not earn the volume of interest that can compensate for the price hike of consumables due to inflation. Therefore, a good way to build your financial portfolio is to move away from savings accounts and start gradually investing money into stocks according to your ease. The stocks that you choose to invest depend on your long-term interests, but there are certain examples that you can use as templates. Warren Buffett's template is pretty useful if you're super patient with your returns, because that means you cannot push for early returns. These kinds of responses are very specific and go the extra mile in providing a more generalized picture and next steps. I would say that this is an excellent technique of getting more out of ChatGPT by using more specific and contextual prompts. But you should always remember that you would need to ask the AI to ignore the previous set of instructions before you continue further. Now, the use of these two wildly different prompts indicate that you can use almost any prompt for getting more advice and suggestions out of ChatGPT. For instance, you can use the same format by asking health and fitness-oriented questions from a hypothetical fitness expert. The detailed responses would take into account your individual circumstances. In fact, ChatGPT may even ask about your preferences about CrossFit exercises, aerobics, or weightlifting. In addition, it may recommend you to avoid unhealthy fats and bare essentials of keto diet. If you have given out information about your age, then ChatGPT may even tailor its responses to that age. It may even ask if you are comfortable running 2 miles every day. Or you can use another context. For instance, you can ask GPT to tell you about holiday season recipes, considering it to be an expert chef. ChatGPT may give you a detailed walkthrough of all the ingredients and the techniques required to make a particular recipe. If you're allergic to a particular type of food, it'll take that into account and provide you with a similar recipe with possible substitutes in the ingredients. Well, this is a hack of getting more out of ChatGPT and accessing its knowledge base more efficiently. I hope you found this video informative. Please do give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for further updates. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.